Welcome to another Let's Play. Now, there are going to be some problems with this Let's Play. For instance, there's times when my headset decides to be an asshole, and once it's an asshole, it cuts off the audio in the emulator, and then the emulator starts getting all fucky on the speed, and I have to restart the entire thing. It sucks, but I was able to get some of these recordings happening, so we're doing a new Let's Play on a PS1 game, which I haven't done in a while, I believe. And this game being Jinx. Jinx is interesting in that, for instance, it's by the people who made the same fucking music for shit like, Count Ahead on PS2, or I'm thinking of Monster Adventure and such like that. Like, they have done music for a lot of stuff. And a lot of it sounds like this, by the way, which is surprising. Also, Toy Story Racer, yeah, Toy Story Racer, another one that has this kind of music. And this game is interesting in that it's a platformer game that is very unknown for the most part. Like, it's not a known game at all. It exists, and it's kind of awkward, but we're gonna play it anyway because I do have fun of this game, honestly. And it's very easy, too. Here's Merkins. Merkins here is in some trouble. Because you see, he's the guardian of the map room. And unfortunately, the map room has gone to utter shit. Because, unfortunately, some things happened to the kingdom. Luckily, we're still around, so we can help out. And, yes, let's go into speed, please. So, let's go ahead and see what's going on. So, he has quite a bond with this place. He has to protect the machine, and in turn protects him. That's just how it works. And with the Chaos Hex placed upon him on this day, he has no idea about the source of the wicked spell, but 3 helpers have checked the castle for clues, and he does know that the king, the queen, and the entire full court is missing. Kidnapped by some unknown people. And he doesn't know about the influences brought on people by the Hex! But there are some traps and pitfalls that have sprouted all over the kingdom, unfortunately, and it's a horrible mess going on, but we, Jinx, need to go and save them. And luckily, the machine will help us with the use of wind portals, which will help us travel throughout the realms of Plug in order to rescue and defy the evildoers. Let's see how this works, shall we? So what works is that there are 6 doorways from the main chamber that represents the realm of the Plug, and behind them are 3 wind portals, which will take us to our levels, essentially, which are magical discs that once stood upon will teleport us to the world within that realm. And there is a catch, though. To stop our enemies using the system, or, sorry, the Sitem against us, doorways to the portal galleries are pretty much locked unless, you know, you have these things called chapter seals. So you'll be finding each one to get to the next levels. And, yeah, here's the first seal so we can get into Mamoo City, which is our first level. But, yeah, we have to go find the rest of them, which requires us to do things. And, yeah, we have the Return to Hub button in the pause menu in case we do want to go back to the menu, essentially. And, yeah, there you go. And, yeah, we're itching to go through and, you know, begin our game. So, let's go out to the main chamber, which is behind the door behind him. And, yeah, one of the blue jewel. It's where that door is, with the Great Machine's dial. We find a functioning wind portal, which we step into to go to Mamoo City and see what we can discover. So, we'll be speaking to Merkins every now and then to get some little bit of details from him and such, because he does have some things to say. But yeah, for the most part, there's a whole bunch of areas around here, including this thing right here, which is actually the globe. The globe will give us pretty much all of the stats for the entire game. All the things we've done in each level, all the stuff we have gotten, like stars, those crystal things, and like a crown thing. We're gonna have to set the game, obviously, so we will get everything. But yeah, as you can see, a few levels around here. And for the most part, it does feel like a sort of more friendly version of Vex in a way. In that we, instead of having to get hearts in order to unlock more areas, just, you know, have to find these crystals to unlock more different zones, different areas. First of all is Mamoo City, which there are 3 areas of. And for the most part, there's always going to be free areas in each level. And usually people would like to just do one area each. I'm going to do all the areas in one video each. So we're doing the entirety of Mamoo City here. Mamoo City is pretty basic, being the tutorial level, essentially, so these signs around us will tell us what to do and, tell us how the game controls. There are stars around here. These are going to be important for us because reasons. They're a collectathon thing. And yeah, here are the controls. Jumping, double tapping will let us do a jump attack. Swiping, the circle button special attacks, which are using the inventory items. Triangle is to activate things, control the camera. We can go to our inventory of L2 button, which we'll be using and looking at right now, as well as start button and all that crap, and the free look button. So we have nothing in our inventory right now except for the stars. If you get to 100 stars, you get a life. That is all the stars do so far from what I know. There's also a bowl here. There are some key items that are required to get through areas. This beach bowl here is required to get through a door. So I will be using that to know where the fuck I'm going and get shit done. There's this cannon here. I'm going to activate the triangle button and it'll blow up a wall. And it will tell us this on the sign. See? Safety first. Stay out the line of fire. Because this shit can hurt ya. And there's a sign here as well, given to us lovely by the Majesty, the King. So, yeah. There are just some, bits of, nice signs here to give us some lore stuff from some of the key characters like the King and the Queen. For instance, over here, this, I believe, a sign telling us how to use the beach ball. By just standing right there, shows the beach ball, activates it, and there you go. Also, yes, our staff has our face, and it looks kind of sad or something like that. It's weird. Anyway, Guy of the Night. These guys aren't that hard to deal with. They can all be taken down with just your staff. Your staff's the only weapon you have, really, outside your inventory shit, like a cherry bomb here. You can throw cherry bombs at them. It's kind of awkward to throw shit, though, so I'm not a fan of using them. But if I have to use them, I will. Just not now, because luckily the game does give you a lot of traps to use. And we will see the traps eventually. There is also the keys. If you don't have a key, just, interact with the door that's locked and you'll see where the key is. Which is useful at times, in case you're a bit lost and don't know where the fuck the key is. Also exposed to people. Just kamikaze India. Just go to a wall and jump. Yeah, here's one of the traps, which is very easy. A lot of the traps are easy to avoid, honestly. There can be moments where it can be awkward, but that's because of the fact that you're dealing with rather small or narrow platforms. So, considering, how the jump in and movement's kind of slidey, it can be awkward because of that. Like right here, just getting, in the middle is difficult. Luckily, a bit of a slam will help me get some more air. And, yeah. This is kind of the game for the most part, and I can't move for some reason. There we go. Okay, so here's one of those moments where the narrow platforming can become a bit of a pain in the ass. You gotta really know where to land, which there's not much shadow going on. So you can't easily tell where you're landing, which can screw ya. And yeah, there's a sign here, which basically all of these at this point are going to tell us like riddles and such, or hints of what to do. Which, after, Mamoo City, that's all they're going to be for. Just giving you some hints or riddles on what you need to do. And I will look through every sign just so you can see what they have, what they are. There's no reason for me to do so, but, gets more content out of the way. You don't have to worry about what the fuck these signs actually, say to you. But yeah, all I have to do here is just push boxes into these 4 spots, and that's it. It's pretty easy, honestly. And then afterwards, you go over here, and you see like a checkpoint, which is what those scrolls are, and another sign. And the sign here tells you to, be quick, because, you gotta run. Because something's gonna get to us, and that something has to be right behind me now, because it's a wheel. A wheel that kind of just sticks to your speed for the most part, and doesn't go fast than you at all, unless you're going quite ahead, in which it then speeds up, but as soon as it gets close to you, it starts to slow down. It doesn't want to kill you, it just wants you to move. That's about it. And, yeah, nailed it. And with that, we can now move on, because there's an enemy right here, which sometimes the enemies can drop stuff, which is pretty much always just stars. But at least they drop stuff for you at times. Usually, though, the game will give you nothing for killing an enemy. And sometimes it's required of you to kill an enemy. It's kind of douchey that way. Also, got a life. So, yeah, this is Jinx. It's very basic, very, kid-friendly, because you don't have to be that experienced to actually be good at this game. It's very forgiving. There's a lot of moments where you can get lives. There's a lot of easy to avoid, traps and such. It's just got awkward gameplay that makes it a bit of a pansy bitch to deal with. Also, gotta wait for this shit, because movement in this game, even with platforms, is just slow and awkward and I won't use for look much, but I just wanted to shut it off at least. And yeah, there's another thing about this game, and it is backtracking. This game has a good chunk of backtracking to it. It's not exactly good backtracking, but it exists, and you're kind of forced to deal with it. And I will deal with it, because in order to complete this fucking game, I have to deal with it. I guess one of the worst parts about this is that it can blindside you on the corners, because almost every corner is just a sharp 90-degree corner in like a hallway or whatever, and it ain't fun. And here's Princess Babs. Princess Babs. She doesn't want you anywhere near her pond. No commoners, damn it! I don't know if we're a commoner or not. We're kind of just a jokester, but we're gonna avoid the fucking water at least. The thing is, water does not kill us in this game. It's just, we can swim on it, but we can't jump out of it unless we're by some shallow land. Here's a knight. You can fight him, or you can drop this convenient hole of despair, which I put in a bad spot. I thought he would go over here. He doesn't. That's the hole of despair. The hole of despair can also harm you, which I will show later on. But yeah, for the most part, I can't lure the enemy. He just likes to move around in a weird way. And yeah, for the most part, I'm not a fan of the hole of despair, because you have to know the pattern, like the walking pattern of these enemies. If you don't, which I don't, you'll miss. And you'll waste one of these. And yeah, I'm going to just show that off at least, show you what it looks like. I'm not going to worry about the hole of despair much, because there are much better traps in this game compared to that pile of shit. Also, there's a sign here. There's also Guide Bart. Let's talk to Guide Bart, shall we? This is Bart. He's here to help us on our quest. And what he's going to help us with? Well, unfortunately, we have to help him first, because we have to do a good deed for him in order to continue on with our journey. And that good deed is, he wants to lower the drawbridge, but he can't because he's missing a cog from the machine. And it's in the water, and he can't swim. Of course he can't. Luckily we can, and this song tells us how to swim. You just press the X when you're swimming in the facing direction, and sink down the triangle button. And once you're onto shallow edges, you can jump out by pressing the X button. That's pretty much how it works. The timer for oxygen. It's your basic bitch fucking swimming mechanic of any platformer game that has swimming in it. And it doesn't kill you from just jumping in water. But yeah, we got the cog back, and now we can lower the bridge and continue on. And as you'll see, sometimes the only way to help yourself is to help other people. Yeah, I'm sure, Bart. I'm very sure. There's the cog, and down goes the bridge. And there you go, we can move on now. But I like to talk to these people twice, because say hi to my brother Martin when you see him. I'm sure he'll like you. Yeah, this game's gonna do that. It's gonna have some jokes. They're not good jokes, but it's got jokes. And that is Area 1. It was a tutorial, you're gonna make it through it no problem. And it's probably gonna take you about 15 minutes like it did for me. It's just there to tell you what to do. It's just there to show you the ropes. I'm gonna put my name in. Now I wanted to put my entire name in because I thought there was enough space for it. I was just shy about 2 or 3 letters. So I got rid of these other letters that I put in, and I just stuck with Xin, because I am not going to call myself Xindictive. Okay? Fuck that. I am not going to be Xindictive. I'm going to be Xin. It's either Xindictive or it's going to be Xin. Xindictive sucks. Fuck Xindictive. Anyway, I know it's a kids game, but, you know, YouTube and all, and this is not a kids channel, and I've already quit the whole let's play for kids thing because of YouTube's changes. Also, the thing happened, so unfortunately, this is like my second recording, I continue on from here, this is the second area, the fucking headset decided to cut off the audio. That's gonna happen. Be prepared, I'm gonna try and make it not look jarring in editing. Now then, here's this guy. I could go ahead and throw some bombs at him because we will end up with a lot of bombs. I'm gonna hold on to them though for a while because again, we will get traps. And honestly, if you have a lot of health for your heart, as you saw, I took 1 hit. I can take about 3 more before I actually die. This game is very forgiving. You're not going to end up losing a life that easily outside the level itself. And that's mainly because of the gameplay controls. Because, again, jumping ain't that fun. It's awkward. And also movement is too. And also your attack is as well. Just trying to swing your fucking staff at these guys is awkward as. Because it's slow, it's difficult, and you'll just miss sometimes for no good reason. Because your radius is very small, and you just don't have an aiming thing, you have a lock-on thing. So, yeah, and here's Mart, he's locked up, gotta save him. And what's this? Why, it's a bounce pad. You would think that's a speed pad, it's not, it's a bounce pad. And I can get up here, activate this button, and there you go. Mart saved. Also, you might have noticed there was like a cracked door. I think you can break it open. We're backtracking anyways, so we'll come back at the near end of the game to see what I can do with that. If it's nothing, then fuck this game for doing that, because that looks like a breakable door. But yeah, this is Mart. We saved him. We've seen Bart before, his little brother, and we can get rewarded, which I'm going to say yes to. And that reward happens to be just stars, and I think a life. And yeah, he's gonna turn off the main fan, which we saw before I got the key from, but now it's working. Now I can use it to get to the rest of the level, which I can't yet, but we'll get to there eventually. And yeah, they just locked him up. The pirates are douchebags. Okay, so here's the stars, and nope, that was just health, which the hearts are like if you have a heart, like a normal heart, that's just health. If you have a heart with like a yellow ring around it, that's a life. That's how you differentiate shit. It's confusing, but you can get used to it. Also, here's me using the bombs. They will not break this door off. We will get to breaking that door eventually, hopefully, maybe, I don't know. This game doesn't have much documentation to it, so I don't know if there's any real secrets required of breaking doors and shit. So far, all the doors I've encountered, you just have to unlock them with a freaking, like, button or a switch or a key. There's nothing to break. Well, there is one thing you can break, but we'll get to that later. Here's the riddle, though, which the door behind me is now locked, but I can't unlock it after killing this dog. Just killing the dog is not the reason, but, you know, might as well. He's an enemy. However, we do have to push these boxes around in order to put them on switches, in order to raise up these planks, in order to get ourselves an important item being a cog. Which, by the way, you can push them around like this, which is kind of awkward, but it's not the most awkward box pushing shit I've ever dealt with in a video game. Or you can pick them up, which is very slow, and you can't jump, but you can throw them. I don't know if that can actually hurt an enemy. I tried in this playthrough. I kind of missed. I don't really need to worry about throwing, though, in this game, because, you know, there's a lot of ways to kill an enemy. Boxes are just kind of, you know, not necessary on that. And yeah, I can pick them up and drop them. I can throw them with a square or circle. For the most part, though, I just want to just push this or drop it right on this button. Like so. And there's another box with another button on the other side, and I tried to throw it on this guy, but then he decided to move over to the left, which I didn't encounter because I thought he'd just go up and down. He doesn't. And so I missed. Which sucks. I don't think that would have hurt him anyway. So, yeah. I'm not going to bother the boxes with attacking enemies. I already am going to have so much shit with this game that boxes will not be a problem. Like anvils. Anvils are much better than the Hole of Despair. Because shit like this just stays locked onto enemies. You have to be close to an enemy though to activate it though. But once you do, the enemy is gonna die. It's a one-hit kill. There's a lot of ways to one-hit kill any enemy. I don't know if there are bosses in this game. You can probably one-hit kill them too. It's kinda dumb. Like a thundercloud. However, the thundercloud takes longer. It's still a one-hit kill thing. And once you activate any of these, you just walk away. And they will just die without you having to be anywhere in the area. And everything will be fine. Seriously. They make this too easy for you. But that's why I see this as kind of Babby's first game. The only problem is that the controls don't make it Babby's first game. They make it kind of fucking bunky. But, you know, there's a riddle here requiring the cogs in order to essentially push this box into the switch here, because this thing is in the way. And you can't push the box around the thing, because that's just thinking. And you can't think. How dare you fucking think? So obviously I have to get rid of the thing so I can push it forward into the hole. And yeah, there's a heart and some bombs around. So in case you ran out of bombs and trying to break the fucking door down with the crack on it, and you couldn't, luckily they decided to give you some more bombs here. But wait, I only have one cog, and there are 2 spots for cogs. Where's the other cog? Oh, trapdoor. Yeah, the cog's down here. And also down here are some stars, and also a invisible wall for some reason. I don't know what happened there. I think I was stuck on the floor. Fine. And yes, we are now going to get some stars and also not replenish any of my air for some fucking reason. Thanks, game. And then we'll get a cog here and then leave. And that's this room. That's the point of this room done. And we can now pretty much end this area by going over to here, putting the cogs in, activating the switch. We'll take down the thing, pushing the box into the hole, and then the drawbridge goes down. We can leave. It's not convoluted. It's not fucking dumb. It's logical. It's smart. It's security. And also, why am I pushing slowly? There we go. Alright, so now we can go ahead and leave. So, that was Area 2, and as you saw, it took me a while. In fact, it took me about 10 minutes. So, each level just kind of is sort of like 10 minutes for the most part. They're not long levels, not long areas. They do eventually add up to 30 minutes, to 30 or 40 minutes, so You know, that's why each part is going to be a whole level, because there's enough in here for your regular length of video on my channel. And hey, some stars. Now be careful, if you push these boxes too far or into these holes, unfortunately, you can fuck yourself with some collectibles. So make sure you grab the shit before you actually do the puzzles, or else you just won't be able to get those 2 stars. It's not a bad thing, because the stars aren't something you have to worry about that much. They're not a main collectible, they're just something to get lives from. In fact, if you were to ever come back to this level, they just reset your stars. So, you know, they reset all the stars in the area so you can collect them again. And, yeah, you can just get stars willy-nilly no matter what. You can go back to any level and just farm stars and lives. So, yeah, there's no challenge in this game. You can easily beat this. It's just gonna take you a while. I mean, we've gone through such games that do not respect you in that way, but can give you that kind of, you know, guaranteed life farming, you know? But this game, it just gives it. It gives it without really, you know, giving you much of an oomph to fuck you over. It just wants you to, you know, continue on without fail and have 9 lives constantly without really worrying about losing a life and, you know, being in a panic, because you'll always get a life back and you'll always have hearts around usually. And also, the jumps are fucking awkward as shit and they are not fun to do. Like this one right here, which you have to do this for to get to this heart here. It's awkward. The roof kind of just gets in your way. But once you do it, then you can go ahead and all you get is just a bit of health back. Thanks. Well worth it. Also, there's that crack and I broke a door. So I am 100% certain there is a way to break the fucking door down. It's just, I have yet to find it. But I'm sure it will eventually. Also, there's the door. And also there's a key. And a cannon. The cannon will kill me. Also, the cannon has a spike on top of it, so I can't jump on it. Not like you want to, because the cannons don't really help you in any way, shape, or form. Fuck them. Just avoid them. And yeah, there's a life here. You see, they just hand them to you. They just give them out like candy. They give them out like fucking candy. And you take too much candy, and you throw up, and then you cry. Anyway, there's an explosive guy here. Get rid of him. The graphics start glitching up at times when your camera gets stuck, or you're looking through a wall. It kind of gives you a bit of a hum effect, but, you know, fuck it. And, hey, there's a knight here. Kill him. Okay, so there's a button over here, and this will stop from that guy, and that button here will lower the drawbridge for us in order to do one for the level. But before I do that, there is a box here that I want to push. Even though I could skip this entire bit here, I'ma fucking do it anyway, because there's bombs, and we can always do with more bombs. And also, there is, you know, this drawbridge here, which I want to take down, and also some thunder and some stars, which I just phased through the wood from that lamp, which is why you need to get those stars from the beginning of this fucking area. You'll miss them forever, because there's no collision on them. Sometimes there's no collision in this game, and you can phase through shit, and it's weird. Anyway, fucking trampoline things. Bounce on them, go over. Oh hey, more stars, and this thing. It's an hourglass, or the sands of time. We will look at this soon. I believe this slows you down, or it just makes them go older and kills them. Either way, we're not going to use it right now. I'm probably going to use that in like a boss fight maybe. If this game has a boss fight. It might not have boss fights. Anyway, I've unlocked the fan now. And now I get to go back. And I try to go and just speed through this. You know, it's not gonna help me too much because I gotta deal with the fan to get a fucking life and some stars. You know, there's a bunch of shit around. And I thought, you know, hey, there's a button here. What does this do? Oh, wait. It lets continue on forward because there's a freaking locked gate there. Yes. They will lock the gates right in front of you, and you have to backtrack to unlock a button to go forward. Did I mention this game is kind of backtrack heavy? This game is kind of fucking backtrack heavy. And you're gonna be going back to areas quite a bit. Get used to it. I already have. I don't hate this game. It just has some shitty things to it is all. And here's guide art. Cause fucking puns! Bubsy has better puns than this game. Anyway, we now meet Art, and Art's a dickhead. I'm just saying that right now. Yes, please explain it to me. The royal court has been kidnapped by pirates, and we have no idea why. They just fucking took them. Cause they're pirates. And no good will come of that. But we can still save them. And can we guess what we have to do next? Yes, I can. I have to go save them. Don't go over me. I get the orders around here. Fuck you, Art. Fuckhead. Here's our mission. Stop Gripply, the evil pirate king, and his wicked minions. And to rescue as many of the royal core as we can. Must free the king and his family from the clutch of those evildoers. He's not a prophet of doom, though. He can help us. That's a wind portal! And that portal will take us right back to the map room. Which is basically telling me this is the end of the level. And he's giving us a chapter seal! Which will take us to the next level. Because he's required to. Otherwise, this is where my adventure ends. I can't progress any further. Because fuck Art. And hey, a life! Except, the maximum is 9 lives. So, yeah. Okay, I'll go! Fuck you! Hell, man! And by the way, the headset got in the way again, so that little bit of me leaving got cut. But obviously, it's just me teleporting like I did at the beginning of this level. Like, all the way back to the fucking map, though, in this case. And that's it. That was Mamoo City. That was like the tutorial level, essentially. And now we can get into the real meat of the game. By falling onto the clock. And now we have a gem. That's 2 now. Congratulations! The chapter seal you return has unlocked the realm of Zonimama. Would you like him to open the door for us? No. I'm gonna say no. Fair enough. We can activate any door with the triangle button. At least we know that now. So, yeah. And also, he has something to tell us as well. So we'll go ahead back and talk to him to see what he has to say. Because he'll always have something to say. Always. Pirates, hey, how shocking. Since Brother R has given us the orders already, he has little to say except from Hardy. Well done, Jinxie boy. So there you go. And see that globe in the corner there? That's to let us know about our progress. That's about it. And let them spy on us. That's fucking creepy, dude. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Tally-ho and shit like that. And guess what? We're going to be going through to our next adventure, our next level, by just going up to this and activating it for Xindictive. These names are gonna be weird, and you're gonna get used to it. So next time, in Jinx, we're going to Xindictive, and we're gonna do all 3 of its areas. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.